Morning, fellow zombies. It's 12:27 in the morning, West Coast time. It's the 20th of August, 2024. The Weaver John C. Roseman, California. All right. I have not been keeping track entirely. So maybe little bits and pieces of the national Democratic national tomfoolery. Yeah, I'm speaking as a Democrat at this point over here is pissed off at his own party because they're supposed to be helping the poor, right? Oh shit! Give me a fucking break. You've got these protesters who are like nearly half a mile away from the whole thing, roughly, in Chicago. And when some of them are trying to get noticed, I mean, I know they got a few nut job activists out there who want to get their points across on this one. And in some of those protesters, I've been trying to key in whether or not there was actually true protesters for the homeless situation. And I haven't heard any messages coming from the Democratic Party at all, not yet anyway, of what they're going to do about the homeless situation. How they're going to help them out and treat them as human beings instead of treating them like NIMBY situations. And even the independent journalists out there who have finally given a seat at the chairman, they're gobbling up the corporate bullshit and they're not doing their job. These guys are firebrands away from it, criticizing everybody who's not up to their expectations and their level of competence. That they don't even bother with the protests outside. They don't even bother covering that. Get a fair and balanced issue over it. These guys are playing the head games left and right. I'm not sorry to say. The young Turks who like to go after the Republican Party, the Trumplican Party, but also the Democratic Party, to see if these guys have got dirty laundry to air. If there was something wrong under their level of decency or whatever hell they're trying to judge people by. But if there are struggling people in these kind of protests out there, why aren't they weeding them out? Showing their story? Talking about them? They like to talk to other people about it behind people's backs. They do it all the time. And now they're trying to gather everyone else's attention, even going after the opposition parties who put on their own social media slant and have arguments with them. But do I ever see from these schmucks anybody going out to the protesters to find out their side of the story? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing posted. Nothing mattered. All NIMBY crap. So I'm calling them on it. I posted something on my community page over there. I got them flagged left and right. I'm calling them on it. These guys want to be shown like they're above everything. I'm telling myself, no, they're not above everything. Because right now, they're just as bad as the corporate media they go after all the time. But now they're with the corporate media out there getting their 2 cents worth out there. So yeah, I got no great love for these guys. Maybe a couple of them have been in the corporate media and tried to show them up, saying that they know better. I hate to say it, but guys, you really don't, because you guys demonstrate the same thing. There's nothing new. You just do it a different tack, but you're still the same thing. Well, we're not getting money from corporate media. Yeah, who's paying your paychecks, guys? Who's paying your paychecks? Where are you getting the funding from? Maybe we ought to take a investigation into the independents out there who are complaining about the corporate media all the damn time, what they're being paid by and paid for. Where's the sponsorship for these guys? They keep saying they're getting the money from everybody else. Well, do they got a sugar daddy? They got a sugar daddy? Yeah, I said it. I've heard some of the party lines concerning about social media, or actually socialism, that we want free this and free that, and I keep trying to make the indication there is nothing free, you assholes. You say it's going to be free and the government's going to be paying for it? Who the hell's paying for the government? Look in the mirror, schmucks. Look in the mirror. It's coming out of your pocket, my pocket. We're paying the government, and the government's going to be paying for this and that, including the quote-unquote free education. They'll be paying the educators and the institutions just to get butts in the seats. And if they really want to learn, they'll be busting your ass on it. But if not, I know the loan thing is always there, and it gets worse and worse each year because the interest rates and the overwhelming debt gets worse. I know. I've heard it throughout the years. They kept trying to come out with better changes to the higher elite education system, shall we call it, starting from community colleges up. And speaking of which, concerning about colleges, if I heard correctly on this one, I'm probably a day late and a dollar short on this one, that the University of California system that we have, I don't know if there's going to be other systems out there, maybe they're being ruled by federal or state court on it. But I know in the state of California, if there's going to be any camping on the grounds, it's going to be not allowed. It's against the rules, regulations, and policies, procedures, and everything else that they got going on. You come into a campus and you're going to be a student over there, you got to be following the code of conduct. Behave your ass. Yeah, you can have your freedom of speech. You can march around with a damn sign, but you can't interfere with people's right of passage when they're going from one place to another place on the campus. You can't even camp out there overnight just to do your protesting, like they have over the past year, and not to mention last year, at different campuses across the country. So yeah, they're getting the wake-up messages. Hell, even the Columbia University president, been in their job about a year and a half, and already she resigned because she can't deal with it, or didn't want to deal with the afterlife. I don't blame her. Too much controversy with it. Being hauled up to the Congress just to be ridiculed on camera because the Republicans had to burr up their ass. Yeah, that was a con job. They look for a scapegoat for things like this. Meanwhile, the Democratic National Convention is going to be party harding left and right. The cops are going to have a field day. You know, there's one particular section of the area where the protesters were going to be at. Well, they didn't want to stay over there. They started removing fences. Someone actually brought a sledgehammer. Made a hole for the protesters to leave so they could march up the street, bringing their message out to the people, and hopefully to the people over the convention. They did the same. They did something similar to that back in 1968. Made it into a whole fiasco. Even some of it got into the chamber, into the convention floor. They're afraid of that situation happening all over again. Well, why not? We need it. We need to have the people telling the electors and the public officials what they're missing. If I could send this information over to President Biden on this one and Vice President Harris on this one, I would be saying to them, if they could get this one, they can see this video. Listen to what the people are trying to tell you. I know President Biden has a few months left, and that's it. And it's going to be up to Vice President Harris, Kamala Harris, to hopefully secure the nomination and to hopefully win. Because if she doesn't, we got Trumplicans, and they don't care. They really don't. But you got to listen to the people who are being affected left and right. The despondents out there are increasing. They're increasing. The NIMBY situation right now is getting that bad. Mortgages going up to Ying at this point over here. People can't locate housing to stay in. Rents are going skyrocketing. It's bad enough out here in the state of California that we've got higher energy bills. Edison's having a field day with us. During the summertime, I'm paying more and more on the damn thing. They got these they got these programs out there for low income. Yes, I'm on it. I'm on it because I'm also disabled. But I'm still paying an arm and leg on that one. I have to half the bills each month on that one. I keep paying it that way until I get a plateau going on where I can actually pay the thing in full. They say, well, you're using too much energy. Yeah, well, let's see, the air conditioning is going on because of the damn heat going on. And I try to not run my computers on a constant basis. I power one down when I need to and keep the other one running as a television. I don't even have a working television. Now, for a couple of years already, it's just an eyesore. Burned out a long while ago. So now I got stuff hanging on it. Not paying an arm and leg for cable right now anyway. What pissed me off is I forgot this month's telephone bill, and I got to pay these guys twice. Yeah, starvation diet or ramen noodle diet. It's going to have to be up until the next couple of more weeks, and after that, we'll see what happens. That's the thing I got to worry about. And if you guys have been following my own channel, you'll see I'm also a caregiver for my dog. She's becoming more and more needy, more and more insistent, and I don't get that much sleep these days. And no, I don't have the money to pay for anybody to come over to this bug-ridden place anyway. Thank you very much. If you've been following my channel, you know I'm living in a bug war here. A whole complex is infiltrated. You need an entire dome to fit over the place to get the whole bugs out of here. But the thing is a major inconvenience. I got no place to go. I got to deal with a dog who's being almost totally disabled now. If she starts getting more crippled, the hardest thing I have to deal with is putting my dog down. And I'm not ready for that just yet, but I'm going to have to be. So that's another thing I got to deal with. Besides being a college student, I gave up part of my college term. I was supposed to have an online session, which I have going right now, but I also have a live session, which means I go onto the campus, into the classrooms, and deal with the instructors and the students directly. I had to give that up because I'm taking care of my dog. You guys want to research me? FBI, Secret Service, all the nice, lovely Department of Justice out there. Have fun. Have fun. I doubt this one will be getting the Secret Service unless I flag these guys. And even if I do flag them, yeah, I'm low priority. That's fine. Once this convention rolls out, that's it. No more until the next 4 more years when we run into another situation of it. And then we'll see if the country's still falling to pieces or if it's still alive in one thing. Alive in one piece. Gatorade, anybody? Anyway, that's my beef for today. What's yours? You know, I got a comment line out there. Hardly anybody uses it anymore. Guys want a comment? Shoot me. Line. That is. Write something on there. Tell me I suck. Tell me I don't know my ass from a hot rock. Tell me I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. For God's sakes, they're probably scared the living crap out of me saying I'm saying actually something legitimate and something intelligent. That's terrifying. Come on, DOJ, respond. Come on, Executive Office. Shoot me a line.